Okay, I think we are going here. Looks like my audio is working. I had a bit of an issue again. I'm not sure if it was because there was an update on my phone this past week, and so it didn't automatically connect to my computer. But here we are again on a Friday afternoon. It is now, well, it's past 3:30, but let's see, what time is it? 3:39. So I'm a little bit late because I couldn't seem to connect, but looks like we're working now. So good afternoon. I hope you're having a great day. We are going to continue with the letter B, and we did leave off on the word barren, which sounds like barren as well. There's another word that sounds like barren that we haven't gotten to yet. It's barren. So I gotta find my page here, and I even put a little bookmark in there. Oh my goodness, I was really on the ball there. Okay, move my dictionary over here. My dog can tell that there is a storm brewing, and she does not like thunderstorms. So she's trying to be as close to me as possible. That's okay, honey. It's kind of hard when you have one of those rolling chairs with the feet that stick out, and you can't really tell where they are in comparison to her feet. All right, let's move my mic a little bit here. Okay, I think I'm ready. We are on page 84 of the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. And I will move on to the next word, which is baronet. Baronet. And despite the sound "et" on the end, it's actually referring to a man rather than a woman. At least in the definition here. Okay, and then we have Baroque. Baroque. And I just realized I'm gonna have to really quickly here turn the page, but that's okay. No worries. Baroque. It is a period of time in Europe in the 17th and 18th centuries. And next we have bark. Bark, which is a type of a sailing ship. And then we have the word barrack. Barrack. And I don't know why, but okay. So barrack means to shout a criticism at players in a game, or to cheer or shout encouragement to them. And the word barracks is the word I was thinking of. Barracks is buildings that soldiers live in. Okay, so let's change the page. Moving on from that, I can see that my mat is not quite lined up with my camera. I had to readjust. My partner is also using the same phone clamp, I guess you could call it. So every time I need to use it, I have to adjust. Every time he needs to use it, he has to adjust. That's okay. I suppose that's what happens. All right, moving on, we have the word barracuda. Barracuda, which is a fish. And then we have the word barrage. 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 It is, barrage. A heavy continuous firing of guns. Yes, a barrage. And then we have barrel. Honestly, I'm a native English speaker, and sometimes you don't actually know how to pronounce a word. And I had to read the definition to connect what it meant with what I've heard. So that's why at first I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure it's barrage. Barrel, super easy, super easy. And here we are with the word that I mentioned previously, barren. Barren. And then we have barricade. Barricade. After that, we have barrier. Barrier. I can hear something on the deck out back is blowing around in the wind. I don't know what it is. Next we have barring. Barring. Barrister. I think I mentioned this in the last video about barrister, that it's a word used for a lawyer in England. There is another word, solicitor, is also used for lawyer. Next we have barrow. Barrow. And then we have an abbreviation. BART is an abbreviation for baronet that we talked about on the last page. And then we have bartender. Bartender. I'm just noticing too that it's a little chilly in here. We've had quite a lot of rain since my last video. We actually had 3 full days of rain, which is pretty unusual for where I live. So even though I cut the grass knowing that there'd be a lot of rain, it looks like the grass needs to be cut again. Anyways, moving on, we have the word barter. Barter. We'll move up here. Then we have, lost my place there, basalt. Basalt. And then we have base. There are 3 different versions of the word base. We have a noun, a verb, and an adjective. And if you are a fan of baseball, you will know one of the nouns, base. And speaking of baseball, the next word is baseball. Baseball. And then we have baseline. And then we have basement. Basement. Next we have bases. which is the plural of basis. Or the plural of base. And then we have bash. So if there's anybody out there watching me, which it does not look like there is, unless I'm missing something, it doesn't look like anyone's watching. I'm going to, if I can, I've got my coffee here. I'm going to move it up here for the moment. And I've got my keyboard. My computer does not want me to type anything. You know when that little window likes to pop up at the bottom, along the bottom. Welcome to my live stream. Please leave a word that you would like to pronounce. All right. One of these days I will have a viewer. I'm really hoping to have more than one, but one would be a start. All right. After bash, we have bashful. Bashful. Then we have basic. And basic. I don't know if that's used anymore, but it's a simple programming language. Man, computers certainly have changed since this particular dictionary version came out. So, if anyone's out there listening that knows computers, let me know if computers still use basic. Then we have, this is a divisive word. Basil or basil? Basil or basil? How do you pronounce it? I feel like I call it basil, but I have heard both. It's kind of funny that basil is a herb, and both the word basil and herb, there's always a question as to how to pronounce it. And then oregano as well. How do you pronounce oregano? I've heard other people pronounce it oregano, but I don't know if they're being serious or not. Anyways, that's my little input about sweet-smelling herbs, which the other day when we were at the store buying some plants, I asked David what he thought about pronouncing the word herb or herb, and he said that Herb is the name of a man. So that's how you're supposed to remember it, apparently. All right, moving on to an architectural word, we have the word basilica. Basilica. And then a mythical word. If anyone is a fan of Harry Potter, they will know this word, a basilisk. I believe that's the creature in one of the Harry Potter movies. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've watched those. And then we have basin. Basin. And basis. As we were saying up here, the plural for basis is bases. Bases? All right. Now we have to turn the page in the dictionary. So we'll move up my notebook. I'm thinking of making a thumbnail for these videos. So I don't know if that would attract anyone's attention to my videos, but that will involve a little bit of work on my part. Next we have basque, basque, and basket, basket. Any guesses as to the next word? Basketball, basketball. If you've listened to any of my other videos, you will know that I've been trying to learn a bit of Swedish, and I learned last night that they call basketball basket. Next we have bas relief, bas relief. It's a form of a sculpture or a carving. It says that the figure or design only projects slightly from its background. Next we have bass. Bass as in a guitar, a type of guitar. Because there is a secondary bass. Well, it's spelt the same way, but it is pronounced bass, and that is the word, a type of a fish. After bass, we have basset or basset hound. It's the name of a dog. Then we have bassoon. A bassoon is a type of musical instrument. And we've come to a word that I have a debate as to whether or not I should write it down. I'm going to skip it. Next we have based. Based. There are two versions of based. Both of them are verbs. And forgive me for a moment. I'm going to have a quick drink of my coffee. Coffee is so delicious. So far we're at 18 minutes today. Moving on, we have the word bastion. I can hear somebody mowing their lawn quickly before the rain starts. The rain is supposed to start around, well, there's supposed to be a thunderstorm around 4:30. But so far it hasn't, I haven't heard any thunder yet. Excuse me. Okay. Next we have bat. There are two versions of bat. Both of them are nouns. One is, where's the word? A bat, like the one you use in baseball. And then the other one is a bat, which is the small animal that flies. Oh, and we do have a verb version of bat as well. Okay, I heard my phone doing something. I don't know what. We will check that later. After that, we have batch. Now, I don't know if I'll keep doing this or not. I didn't do it earlier when there was a word that had different placeholders. What was the word? I believe it was base. Yeah. Base is a noun, a verb, and an adjective. All right. After batch, we have baited. Baited. It is an adjective, but it is part of a pretty well-known idiom, with bated breath. After that, we have bath. And then we have bath chair. Okay. Bath chair. I won't bother writing that one down. Then we have bathe. Bathe. Now, when you're pronouncing a word like bathe, you will notice that your tongue is doing a lot of the work to pronounce those last three letters. Bathe. Your tongue will actually, if you're paying attention to it, you will notice that it lifts up and will touch your top teeth at the front. Bathe. Bathe. So your tongue going in between your front teeth creates that th sound. All right, next we have bathing. Bathing. And then we have, a word that I've never heard before. Bathos. Bathos. Bathos? I could be pronouncing that wrong because I've never heard it before. It is in writing, speech, or drama, a sudden change from what is important or deeply felt to what is foolish or absurd. Okay, interesting. We then have bathrobe. And I thought it was rain, but it's just my my computer fan just turned on all of a sudden. It was my computer that was giving me a notification earlier. Okay. We have batik. Batik. And then we have Batman. Batman. So, I love the Batman movies, the ones with Christian Bale in them. I did not know that there is a word, Batman. It is a British word for a soldier who acts as an army officer's personal servant. So that's new to me. So Batman or Batmen. After that, we have baton. Baton. We'll move our page up. Can we get all the... Yep, we can get all the lines in there. Wait a minute. Baton. Didn't we have that word? I feel like we had that word. Oh, it was barren. Barren was the word that we left off with last week. Okay. Next we have, very similar to Batman, but completely different meaning, is Batsman. It's a word from cricket. I don't personally watch cricket, There you go. Batsman. And then we have the word battalion. Battalion. Just so you know, that's two T's together. T, T. I tend to end up making them one letter. Then we have batten. I'll try to make those two separate letters. There are two different versions of batten. One is a noun and one is a verb. And then we have batter. I made pancake batter the other day, and I don't know what made me think of this, but I wanted to add sprinkles into the batter just for something different. And it did not work. The sprinkles, the color is on the outside of the sprinkle, and so the color just bleeds right off as soon as you get it into the batter. So that's my short little story about pancake batter. There are several different versions of batter. One is a noun and one is a verb. Next we have, batter number 3 goes back to bat number 1. Oh, a batter like in a baseball game. The batter. Okay. After batter, we have battery. Battery. And then we have battle. 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 Okay. Gotta change turn the page here on the dictionary. We have battle axe. Battle axe. And then battle dress. Battle dress. After that, we have battlefield. Battlefield. If you are a gamer, you have probably, if you like, I believe they are called first-person shooters, you will have probably played a game called Battlefield. Next word is battlements. Battlements. Not mints that you eat in battle, but battlements. And then we have battleship. Battleship. And batty. Batty. Okay, we've finally moved on from bat. We have the word bauble. Bauble. Just taking a quick peek to see where the doggo is. She's wide awake. Just lying behind me on the floor. Okay. Balk. Balk is a word that we talked about before because it is also spelt without the U. So if you want to learn about that, go back to my last video. I believe it was probably in the last video. I think I've just been doing the letter B for the last 2 videos. Potentially 3 videos now, actually. I'll have to double check on that, but moving on, we have the word bauxite. Bauxite It is a mineral. Yes, it's a mineral. And then we have body. Body. Just taking a second there to look at how much time I've spent. We have spent 30 minutes looking at words from the dictionary, starting with the letter B. Moving on, we have to pull the page down here again. We have the word ball. Ball, as in crying loudly, not as in a ball that you play with. And then we have bay. Bay has 5 different iterations. A noun, a noun, a noun, a noun, and a noun. Well, technically the last one is an adjective because a bay can describe a horse, the color of a horse. But bay is part of the sea. It is also the name of a tree. And it can be a section in a building. And it also refers to the deep bark of dogs, especially when hunting, it says. Okay, next we have bayonet. Bayonet. And then bayou. Bayou. My dog got up and she's in the living room staring at me. Sounds like she might be going to get onto the couch. Then we have the word bazaar. Bazaar. And then we have bazooka. Bazooka. After bazooka, we have an abbreviation. BBC. BBC is the British Broadcasting Corporation. After that, we have another abbreviation, BC, which is before Christ. And then we have a very important verb, be. Be. Be takes up 2 columns in the dictionary. It is a verb, and it is also an auxiliary verb. And I won't get into that kind of stuff, but my coffee is making my mouth dry. I did talk about maybe trying to do my live stream at a different time, like maybe in the middle of the night. I was also thinking of maybe sharing it with some English language learners that I've seen on YouTube. I've seen a couple of people who are practicing their English, and I thought maybe I could share my channel with them. I don't know really how you do that though, because I don't know how you can link your channel in a comment. But moving on, we have the word beach. Beach with an A in it. I would really like to go to a beach this summer. There's one that's about half an hour from my house. That we went last summer. We tried stand-up paddleboarding. Well, at least I was kneeling on the paddleboard. I wasn't confident enough to stand on it, but maybe this year. After beach, we have beachcomber. And then we have beachhead. Then we have beachwear. Then we have the word beacon. I keep looking out the window to see what's happening. It doesn't look like it's raining yet, but the trees are blowing around. I think last week I was a little distracted by the nice weather that we were having. And this week I'm distracted by the not so nice weather that we're having. It's easy to get distracted when your desk is right by a window. Okay, moving on. We have the word bead. My goal is to get to the bottom of this page in my notebook. That's my goal for today. So, after bead, we have beady. We're at 37 minutes, so. Beagle. You know, my favorite beagle is Snoopy. And I love that cartoon. I love it. It's great. Let me know if you have seen any Snoopy cartoons. It's actually, I think, well, yeah, there's Charlie Brown is one of the characters, but the actual comic strip is The Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz. I might be wrong about that, the M part, but anyways. I love me a cute little beagle. They are a species of dog that you don't see very often. At least I don't see them very often around where I live. Okay, we have the word beak. It is a noun. There's two versions of the noun. I don't know if it's slang, but I'm assuming it's slang. There is a verb version of the word beak. It means to like talk back. So it is not here in the dictionary, but it is probably a new use for the word beak. After beak, we have beaker. Then we have beam. And then bean. Beam and bean. Then we have bean bag. And bean feast. I've never heard that before. Bean feast, that's kind of funny. Also referred to as a beano. That's funny. It says that it's a dated British informal for a happy celebration or party. I wonder if my mother, who is from Great Britain, I wonder if she could tell me about that word. After that, we have bean pole, which is informal, referring to someone who is tall and thin. And we have two pictures of bears. There's a picture of a polar bear and a grizzly bear. But bear has taken up almost 2 columns in the dictionary. Just as a reminder, I'll show you up here. Each page has 2 columns. So there is bear, the animal, and then there is bear, the verb. So we have a noun and a verb. And then we have bearable, bearable. And then we have beard, beard. Beard also has 2 versions, a noun and a verb. And the verb version is interesting. It means to challenge or oppose somebody openly. I believe there is a current version, more recent version of the word beard, but I'm not super familiar with it. And the rain has started. I'll be interested to see if you can hear it in the background. I do listen to these videos, usually wearing headphones afterwards, over the ear headphones, so I'll be interested to see if I can hear the rain. Maybe not over me talking, but when I pause, I might be able to hear it. All right, we have 5 more spaces left. So we will put in the word bearer, bearer, and bearing, bearing any unforeseen circumstances. There was another word that had a similar, barring any unforeseen circumstances. This is bearing. It is a noun. And sometimes I start to read the definition and I'm not sure how much of this I can be reading without copyright infringement. So I'm, a little hesitant to read too much. All right. We've got 3 spots left. There's the word bearskin. Bearskin. It is the fur of a bear. Was there the word bearskin as in B-A-R-E? I don't recall seeing it. It's not here on my page, but it would not be. Okay. We have the word beast. Beast. And then we have beat. Beat. Beat takes up quite a bit of a column. I have to turn the page to see the rest of it. There's 2 versions of the word beat and lots of different phrases that go along with it. So, we are at the end of the page. We are on page 92. Page 92. I will grab my bookmark again for the dictionary. All right. I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you have listened to my video, I would love it if you would leave a comment. I want to continue doing these, but I don't want to do it alone. So, if you are hearing what I'm saying now, please leave a comment. Let me know that you are listening. If your English is not native, I would still love if you left a comment. Leave me a comment in your native language. Google and YouTube are great for translations, so I am just listening again for the rain. It's not as loud. This is my longest video, so I will sign off. Thank you so much. I will see you next week.